Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing training tips. I'm actually just sharing some tips that I have learned over the years to help training more successful and fun. I hope you enjoy.
Because training can be hard. And if you aren't having fun, then you're not going to do it. And you have to do it in order to get good at it and in order to get your dog to actually mind you. So, with some tips, it can be a lot different experience. So, while I've learned many tips over my years of training, I wanted to share my top tricks with you, or not tricks, but tips with you. So, one of the best pieces of advice I can give is don't ever train when you're fresh when you feel like you have to. When you feel like you have to, you get frustrated quickly. When you get frustrated, then it gets worse because then your dog gets going. You're sending mixed signals to your dog, and so they don't know what to do, and then which ends up making you more frustrated. So it ends up becoming a downward spiral. So it's better to just not train. If you're feeling tired or frustrated or worn out and just exhausted and don't really want to do it, don't. It'll keep. So, which leads kind of to my next training tip is to have multiple training sessions throughout the day, but they should be short. So when I say short, I'm talking 1 to 5 minutes. One of the best trained dogs I had later in life. I lost him 10 years, about 10, 11 years ago. I trained him in a minute a session, but I had like 10 sessions throughout the day. And he was one of the best trained dogs. I got more compliments on his behavior than any other dog I've owned. So it doesn't have to be long, it just has to be consistent, which is the other tip. So it doesn't matter if you don't do it, 100 times in 5 minutes, as long as every time you ask for it, you're asking the same way and for the same behavior, and you're not rewarding something different at different times, or saying no when they're doing it right, and just because you wanted it slightly different. So just be consistent. Now, speaking of rewards, it's best to use rewards that your dog values instead of what you think he values. There's a way to tell or to test. You lay a bunch of stuff out on the floor and let him pick. It's as simple as that. And if you do that shortly after a meal, then you can get a better, more accurate result. But rewards don't have to be treats. They could be toys, or they could be a game. So always keep it fun, which is the next tip. You always want to keep training fun, because if you're having fun, you want to do it. And the more you want to do it, the more you will do it. So it's that one's an upward spiral. The more you want to do it, the more fun you're having, the more often you're going to do it. And the more often your dog's going to do it, because if you're having fun, he's having fun. So, and then the last thing is you always want to end on a positive note so that you leave your dog wanting to do more. So, if you're struggling with a command, go back to an easier step. Have them do it successfully a couple of times, reward the daylights out of them, and then stop for a while. Maybe when you come back and he has time to process it a little bit, you'll get a different result. I've seen it happen. So, just be aware that having fun with your dog and training should be the same thing. If you're not having fun, then you're not doing it right. And that's the only thing I'll say that is completely wrong about training. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Everything else in training is fluid and depends on who you ask and what works for you. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed these tips. If you are in one of my classes or do decide to take a class with me, we can share lots more tips with you. So that's all for now. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. We welcome your comments and questions. If there is a specific command or behavior you'd like us to address, please let us know. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.